Alright, so today's topic is when guys get into a relationship, do you think they go uphill or downhill? I personally think depends on the guy, but in my eyes, I think when you get into a relationship, you should only be going like uphill. Like I don't see a reason why you go downhill. Jerry, what do you think?
I think usually guys go downhill. That's just my experience.
I agree too.
I think it's part of maturity as well when you're a guy.
Guys mature a lot.
No, but like also like when you're mature, you realize that you have to keep getting better in a relationship. Most like teenage relationships, you just get really comfortable because it's like, oh my gosh, we're so in love, you can get married. But once you've been through shit before, you're like, oh fuck, like nothing's permanent.
The thing is, you have to work on yourself constantly. But when you're in a relationship, you feel like there's someone already there.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I don't. A lot of people think like, oh, you don't really have to work on yourself because if you don't better yourself, the relationship's not gonna go anywhere and it's not gonna work out.
I mean, like,
but like, why would you want to?
Well, but not everyone.
I don't consciously want to.
Yeah, like people don't think like I'm gonna relationship and just go downhill. You know.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know, but like, okay, even if they don't think about it, like, shouldn't it always be on the back of their mind that they always need to like maintain how they were when they got into a relationship, or at least like strive for something higher up?
I think your experiences dictate that as well. Like, I wasn't like that before.
Me neither.
Like I don't think, I think Derek and I, we weren't like that before. Like we were just like super chill and like really comfortable.
Yeah, I was just chilling. Like you just chilled, and then you're like, oh, I'm with her, so like whatever. Like.
So you guys weren't scared that like
Losing her?
Yeah, because like you guys just go.
I wasn't scared of losing her.
Yeah,
I'm still not scared of losing anyone. Someone there, there's an extra level of stress. Like there's just a constant stress. Like someone, like you have to think about them constantly because you can't just think about yourself. There's like two people now that you have to think about, and it might either help you grow or if they don't see everything the same way as you, then it'll obviously make it harder for you to better yourself.
I think I'm like similar, but like the difference between like me and you is like, or I don't know if this is a difference, but from what you said, like I'm not looking for anything as well, but that's because like I've raised my standards as I've matured. You know, when you're a kid and somebody has a crush on you, you're like, oh my gosh, somebody has a crush on me. Like you're like, oh my gosh, do I like them? Like maybe. But then since now that we've matured and we're like, we realize we have value, we realize what we bring to the table.
Yeah. For me,
our standards have gone a lot
I don't
higher.
know if it's standards for me, but I feel like as I'm improving myself, it might just subconscious, like as I think like I'm improving myself, like I'm not having to worry about girls. Like obviously if you better yourself, you'll look better, and you'll like girls will see you better, and then better girls will come too, especially because like you're doing well.
Yeah.
And like you're being like confident, you're being like secure about yourself. You have like you have a future, or you have a plan or goals or ambitions.
Yeah.
Instead of just like not doing anything.
And
then obviously you attract girls, but not the same type of girls that you might attract if you're just like working on yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Because before I did not think like this at all. Like I understand why some of our relationships like fucked up, like failed. Obviously it's not all my fault, and obviously it's not all her fault, but at the same time I also understand why like it didn't work out. Like I was just not mature enough. I'm still not mature right now, but I'm definitely more mature than before. You just have to constantly grow.
And in general, it's more likely that a guy
goes downhill.
Yeah.
I feel like also because
not downhill, but like stagnates maybe.
I also feel like because girls are like they mature most of the times when they mature a lot faster, so they think a lot further ahead in the future than the guys. Like it's not statistically proven, but like you can tell like a lot of guys are in the moment type of thinkers. I was kind of like that before, where you live in the moment, you do things in the moment. But girls are like, oh, what's gonna happen like 5 years in the future?
Yeah.
Like what's gonna happen 10 years in the future? And then they're constantly trying to better themselves because they want to get to that point where they're like, oh, I want to be this person at 25. But a lot of guys are like, oh, I'm 20 years old right now, and then I'll just live in the moment. I'll go party. I'll go do whatever.
Yeah.
And when I'm 21, then I'll be like, whatever happens, I'll get a job. Then I'll go work at a good job. If I don't, then I'll just live my life.
Yeah.
And eventually it'll come. And that's kind of how it was a couple years ago. When I was like 17 or 18, I thought I was super young. Like in my mind, I was like, I'm 18, I'm young. Like I've got a whole however many years left ahead of me.
Yeah.
But like once I turned 19, it was kind of like a wake up call too. too.
Do you think because you think like super maturely, it's because of you've had like past relationships
Yeah.
that kind of push you on track?
I feel like it's relationships that didn't work out that helped me, because you don't see these things yourself,
Yeah.
and you have to have someone else's criticism
Yeah.
for you to see it.
Yeah.
And then it's not really the part that where relationships work out where you go like, oh, I need to improve this, because if it's always working out, you'd be like, oh, I'm like perfect, you know, like
Yeah.
I don't need to do anything better,
Yeah.
because I always have this girl. The failed relationships that you're like, you put every little thing together where like this girl says like what I need to work on.
Going into like grade 10, I just didn't really care. I was going out like every single night with like Jeremy back here, and we were just like partying. I was like literally living in the moment.
I remember that.
Right?
Every night till
Like,
3 a.m.
Yeah, every night's like 3 a.m. Anyways, like grade 11, and then I got into a relationship, and then it just like made me think about the future, right? It just kind of slowed me down a little bit, and then she, like, I think because of her, I wasn't like partying as much, and now like kind of calmed down a little bit. I definitely like put myself more together, and then I completely just changed. I was like, yo, I need to like get my shit together. Like, she wanted to go elsewhere, and I was like, yo, I need to work hard so we can have like a future and stuff. Obviously it just didn't work out in the end, but you know, life happens. But I feel like that
It's a learning
definitely,
experience.
yeah, like that definitely propelled my life into a direction that is a lot more stable.
Yeah,
And-
my last one too. I think going up here or down here as a guy, it's not really relationships help you, but also the people that surround you.
yeah,
Like
definitely.
it's not just a girl.
Right. So do you think a guy improves himself more after a relationship or during a relationship?
After.
After? I agree.
Because in a relationship, there's a lot of fuck. That guy's lights are fucking bright as fuck.
Do they need a band like this?
I think they get better because during a relationship, I don't know about you guys, but obviously girls forgive a lot. They'll be like, you'll fuck up, and then they'll be like, oh, you know, like they'll be mad at you, but they'll forgive you.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, I'll change.
Yeah.
And then for the first week you'll change.
Yeah.
Then after you're like, it's a habit. It's
Yeah, you
something
get
you
comfortable
do
again.
all the time, right? So
Yeah.
you're like, oh, it's good again. The relationship's good again. So you start doing the same shit again.
Yeah.
And then you get in a fight again. It's like that over and over and over every single time.
Yeah.
And then eventually it doesn't work out anymore.
Yeah.
So then after you're like, oh, I actually fucked up. Even if the relationship's like rocky and like you guys don't really, like at the end you're like, it's not gonna work out ever. But you still think back, you're like, there's some little things that you know you fuck up
Yeah.
on a lot.
Yeah.
And then like obviously the next girlfriend you have, you don't want the same shit.
Like, I think that's also a maturity thing. Like your next girlfriend, like your next relationship will be like much improved from your last one.
Yeah.
Like much improved, right? Because you're more, as a guy, I think it's so much more important to be mature, relationship-wise mature. You know,
Yeah.
when you realize that you still have to be on your grind.
Yeah.
You still have to be on your mission. And it's so easy to lose sight of that when you're in a long-term relationship. Like the three of us have all.
Because a lot of times you do put the girl first too.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
all been in long-term relationships. Not that many people get into long-term relationships. Like it just so
Yeah, that's
happens that
true.
the three of us have actually been in like serious long-term
Yeah.
Yeah.
relationships. It's not that common. Like, you know, most, like I was surprised at the statistic. Like a couple weeks ago, I read that like 80% of people have never had a relationship more than 3 months.
Damn.
Actually,
Sort of take it for granted that we've even been
Oh,
in
yeah.
long-term relationships,
Yeah.
to be honest, because we're all like, you know, we're all pretty fortunate to be very beautiful. Think about other friend groups that you know.
Yeah,
like,
that's
they
true.
have never been in a relationship. Most of them have never been in a relationship more than 3 months.
Yeah.
Most people haven't had that experience, so I think that gives us a unique perspective.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why the three of us are like such grinders. Is because we've had that experience.
Yeah.
You know, because it actually does change you. It changes your perspective of life.
Yeah.
You mature so much after each breakup.
Yeah.
And mature doesn't mean like you become like an adult, you're all serious and stuff.
Yeah.
Mature as in like you're more focused, you
Yeah,
know what
like-
you want, you know
yeah.
yourself more.
Yeah. Like your goals are pretty much all in line, and you're just working every day towards them.
Yeah, you just
Because I think like through relationships, like each girl that I've dated up, they kind of just push me on track. So then like I learned a little bit from something from each one of my relationships, and then now I'm able to like kind of put everything together, and then it's like just I'm able to understand myself more as who I am as a person, as well as like creative and stuff like that.
But yeah, hanging with friends too.
Definitely surround yourself with people with similar interests and like
Yeah, even different. Like we have so many. We're not similar at all. Like
Yeah.
like hobbies and stuff.
yeah, that's true.
But we get along
Because we all have like
because we're we're all doing something. Like we're all,
Yeah, like we have like similar goals, and we have an end point, and we just all work towards that.
but we all do
end
different ways to get
Yeah.
there, or we have different things we like to do, different taste in girls.
maybe if we had like really similar goals, like maybe we wouldn't even get along that well because
Yeah.
we'd be competition, right? All three of us have like such different goals, like endpoints. We visualize ourselves.
Our
10
views
years
and
from
stuff are
now
different too. Yeah.
really differently, but we all the common recurring theme is that we're all